Hey guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, the Bright Side Girl, and today we're going to be doing a mermaid and pirate themed book haul. So I try to do this every year. I collected quite a few mermaid books. Every time I see a mermaid or a pirate book, I put it in a pile and I save it specifically for this video. Mermaid Marathon is coming up in just a couple days, starting June 27th. I will link all the information about it up in the cards for you guys. If you're coming onto this video a little bit late, don't worry, you can hop in anytime. You can make it as easy or as hard as you want. I'm going to talk about all the mermaid and pirate books that I found. Hopefully this will give you a few more recommendations or just kind of give you an in on some things I might be leaning towards for the readathon, and we're just gonna get started. So first we are gonna start talking about the pirate books. First up, Touch of Gold. I will say I'm not sure if this is pirates. I know they're like sailors and like some nautical action in here. Again, a lot of people throw sailor books in the pirate category, but if they're not like stealing from people, then they're not pirates, if that makes sense. We need a whole separate category for sailors. So this might just be a sailor book, I'm not sure, but I know it's like a loose King Midas retelling as well, which sounds really cool, and I hope to get to this one sometime soon, possibly for the readathon. I got most of these books at the used bookstores that I go hunting at. I got some on eBay, I got some on Book Outlet, and thrift books, a bunch of random places, so kind of from all over, all different price ranges. So then I got The Sea Beast Takes a Lover stories. So this is by Michael Andreessen. So this is supposed to hit like nautical tropes, and I believe it's just a list of short stories. So I might try to hit up a couple of these during Mermaid Marathon, but I just thought the cover was amazing and it just sounded really fun. Then I have The Siren's Call by Alana Williams. I was actually sent this book by my sweet friend Marie. She's on Instagram. I'll link her Instagram down below. And she really enjoyed this one. It's got sirens and pirates in it. And then I wound up getting the hardback version because she sent me the paperback version because it's beautiful, and it was only $6 on Amazon on sale. So I'm gonna use the paperback version for the giveaway, I think, and I got this one. And then also I entered the author's giveaway for the second book and I won. So that should be coming in a few days. Really excited about it. I hope I really love it. It sounds amazing. Trevor Henderson, having grown up being mesmerized by stories of swashbuckling rogues, adventurous pirates, and captivating aquatic creatures, was no stranger to sea shanties. These tales instilled him in a longing for the sea. Upon turning 16, he begins hearing whispers in the night, coaxing him to leave his posh life behind and follow his dreams. When Trevor finally takes the risk, he is swept away on an adventure he never expected. So, yay! Then I picked up Black Hearts by Nicole Casterman. I actually hauled this one a while ago, but I sent the paperback copy to my friend Brittany because we were going to buddy read it sometime this summer, and I wanted the hardback version because I have the second one as well. The pirate Blackbeard was known for striking fear into the hearts of even the bravest sailors, but once he was just a young man who dreamed of abandoning his rigid life to chase adventure. So this is like a Blackbeard retelling duology. And the covers are pretty cool. Okay, those I think are the only pirate books that I have recently hauled, but I also got a couple things that are kind of nautical-esque that I wanted to throw in here. So I got Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. I was so excited to find this one because I'm pretty sure it's out of print, or at least the hardback is, and I have the second one already. I was hoping for mermaids, but I don't think so. I think it's like witches and it's coastal. It's giving me all the vibes that I want. Again, no pirates, no mermaids, but it looks cool. Then I hauled Kingdom of Sea and Stone by Maria Rutherford. This, I believe, is the second in a duology. Again, I don't think there's mermaids. There might be pirates in here. Something to do with like royalty around the water. I don't really know. First book is Crown of Coral and Pearl. So it just looks amazing. Okay, now for the mermaid books. And there's a lot. Okay, so I have Song Below Water. This is by Bethany C. Morrow. This is not mermaids, this is sirens, and I don't know, even though like the title and the cover make you feel like it's like all, you know, true oceany mermaidy vibes, I think that it's going to be more of like a contemporary and she has siren powers. I've heard mixed things. I'm kind of nervous about this one. I was going to read it for the readathon, but I don't know if it's going to give me like the oceany vibes I'm really wanting, so I'm not sure. But I thought I'd include it in here anyway. Then I got The Mermaid's Mirror by L.K. Madigan, and this is an older one, so I honestly don't know much about this, but I know there's some kind of mermaid action. Lena has lived her whole life near the beach, walking for miles up and down the shore, and breathing the salty air, swimming in the cold water, and watching the surfers rule the waves. The problem is she spent her whole life just watching. On her 16th birthday approaches, Lena vows she will no longer watch from the sand. She will learn to surf. But her father and former surfer himself refuses to allow her to take lessons after his near drowning a year ago. He can't bear to have her take up a risky sport. Something keeps drawing her to the water in ancient, powerful magic. So basically she's going to do it anyway. And she's probably a mermaid. So we'll find out. I have Updrift by Erin Stevens. I think this is an indie book. I'm not sure. I know that they have the audio for this on My Hoopla. If you guys have Hoopla through your library, check. Not all Hooplas have the same thing, but I think it's also on Scribd. So it's a short audio, so I figured I would get the physical book as well. So this is like about a girl that loses her father, I think, and moves to the coast and magical things happen. So I think I'm going to read this one for Mermaid Marathon. Then we have The Deep by River Solomon. So this, with other authors, this is a very short little mermaidy novella. So again, I'm kind of nervous about this one. One, because River Solomon writes like contemplative, super deep, and sometimes depressing books. So I want to give it a try because I love mermaids. I think this one is about African slaves being like thrown into the ocean when they die or when they become pregnant or something, and that's how they become mermaids, which is a cool concept, but I'm worried it's going to be like too depressing for me, but I'm going to try it because again, it's really short and the cover's really beautiful as well. So wish me luck. Then we have The Merry Spinsters. I got this one because look, this girl has like Ursula vibes. This is like Tales of Everyday Horror. So this is short little, this is a very short book in general, but this is short little horror stories. And I think there's going to be a mermaidy one in here somewhere. I'm not entirely sure, but it has a lot of like oceany looking graphics on it. So we're gonna find out. I am rehauling Deep Betrayal by Anne Greenwood Brown. So this is part of the Lives Beneath trilogy. I had all of them at one point. I read the first one and this one. I really enjoyed the first one via audio. This one, I felt like I kind of had to push myself through and then I DNF'd the third one. But I may have just burnt out on mermaids and I kind of want to give it another shot because the ending of these is really good. This follows a merman, which you don't get very often, and his sisters, and they like live in lakes and things. So I found this copy, so I'm going to start rehauling them so I can try it again. Then I found Maybe a Mermaid by Josephine Cameron. This is an adorable little middle grade book. Again, I'm probably going to try this on audio for Mermaid Marathon because it's only like a 6-hour audiobook and it's done by one of my favorite narrators. But it says best friends come in all shapes, sizes, and scales. So I think it's just going to be really little cute little fantasy middle grade. My friend Marie also sent me Cry of the Sea by DJ Driver. I think this is a Selkie book. She really loves Selkies and there aren't that many Selkie books out there. It might be Mermaid, I'm not sure, but it's one that she liked and I know that this one is indie as well. So excited to check it out. I got Emily Winsnap and The Siren's Secret. So I think this is book 4 in the series. I've read the first 4 of this series. Again, middle grade, very, very middle grade, very chapter book style, but I super enjoyed them. So I've just been collecting them. They're really cute and pretty as well. Then directly from the author, I got some fantastic mermaid mail, which was really sweet, from Jency Lumpkin because I got her book last year and I don't know if I read it for the readathon, but I read it around then. The Mermaid in Venice. So this is an indie book, self-published as well. So this is about a mermaid that like lives on land and she's like a serial killer. There wasn't as much of serial killer aspect as I was hoping there would be, and there's not as much mermaidiness, like oceaniness, as I was wanting either. She's mostly on land and she's kind of living this fabulous glamorous life and like, you know, seducing men and all this kind of stuff. The ending had a lot of promising oceany goodness though, so I'm excited to try the next one. So the second one is Mermaid of Sicily. So I'm assuming she travels to like different cities, and the ending of Mermaid in Venice was a cliffhanger, so excited to check that out. And then Mermaid of New York, and I think she's writing at least 2 more. I was able to get the first one on Hoopla on audiobook. She also sent them up to me on audiobook to listen to. And then Scribd has the first 2 on audiobook as well, if you want to check it out that way. Her narrator that she got was pretty good. And then she also sent me like a pen and all of these fabulous notebooks. Look at this notebook. Amazing. This one's just like a blank page notebook. And then matching notebooks. This is a notebook that goes with the books. And then this little Secretly a Mermaid notebook. I might use one of these for the giveaway. And she also sent me this really cool bag that goes with Mermaid of Sicily that I've been using for my library trips. So that was really sweet of her. I did enjoy the first book. It is adult. There are some spicy scenes in there, so keep that in mind, but definitely check it out. Then I finally hauled Mermaid by Carolyn Turgeon. This is one of my all-time favorite standalone mermaid books, and this is the closest to the Little Mermaid that I have found. It follows the fairy tale the closest. I really love it. I really enjoy Carolyn Turgeon's fairy tale writing style. I just really love it, and there's like a lot of sisterly bonds in here, and though her male characters are kind of funny and they're not like the main focus, it's more focused on like friendship and finding yourself and things like that, and I highly recommend this one. The audio for this one is really great also. I got The Navigator's Touch by Julie Ember. I read The Seafarer's Kiss like 2 years ago for Mermaid Marathon. These again are super short mermaid books. They're like 230 pages, but they're also like kind of small. I really liked that one. It was super kind of like unique and fun. These are a lot more actually like ocean heavy because you're in the ocean for a lot of it. There's a lot to do with like Greek gods and things like that as well. There's a sweet little female romance. I'm not sure what the second one follows, but I know they go together, and I figured I might try to squeeze this one in. We have Breakwater by Catherine Jones Payne. Again, I think this is a indie self-published book. I'm not entirely sure. I found the audio again on my Hoopla through the library. Breakwater, it's a short audiobook. I think Scribd has it as well. I love the cover, so I thought I would check it out. And I get these books even if I do them on audio, just so that I can have them for videos and pictures, and you know, I like to have a big mermaid shelf as well. So hopefully you'll love it because I think it's a trilogy, and it should go pretty fast as well. This is the daughter of one of the Mer King's trusted advisors. 17-year-old Jade has a great responsibility. When her fiance murders a naiad, plunging the undercity of I can't pronounce that, into an uproar, tensions surge between the Mer and the naiads. Jade learns too late that the choices she makes ripple further than she'd ever imagined. So this one sounds like it's going to be heavily in the ocean, and actually about like mermaids and not girls that turn into mermaids, or vice versa. A lot of our mermaid books are set mostly on land and they just kind of go in and out of the water, but I'm hoping this one's a little bit more like under the water fantasy. I think these last three I'm the most excited about, especially Fathomless by Jackson Pierce. There are a bunch of fairy tale series that follow different fairy tales, and somewhere in those fairy tales is a Little Mermaid retelling. So I've been trying to read some of the books and see if the series all connect together, because I don't want to read them individually if they connect to the other fairy tales, if that makes sense. So for example, this one is part of a fairy tale series by Jackson Pierce. The first one being Sisters Red, which is a retelling of like Little Red Riding Hood. And then the second one is a retelling of Hansel and Gretel called Sweetly. And this is the third one. So I read the first one. I really loved it. And then I just recently read the second one. It's one of my favorite books of the year. I was about to say that they don't connect at all, and then they started throwing things in, and I was like, oh, so they do connect. I still think you'll be able to read them individually and not be confused. I'm not sure yet, because I have a feeling that our characters from the second book are going to come up in here. They should. They might not. But I would highly recommend reading them because they're all good. I just like reading things in order because there are little Easter eggs in the first books that kind of give you an idea of what's going to happen in here, and I just find that so fun and made me really excited to read this one. So this one I'm going to physically read during the readathon. It might be my first read because I loved Sweetly so much. So definitely. Then, you guys, this is the only new book that I purchased this year. Everything else was used or traded or from eBay or something like that. So this one I got brand new off Amazon, Waterfell by Emily Howard. It's kind of like ugly beautiful, but like super unique. So I actually found the paperback version of this, and it was regular published. And then I went to see if I could find the second one, and it had this gorgeous looking cover kind of like this, and I decided to get the first one and send the other one to my friend. I'm not entirely sure if there's mermaids in here, but I think so because there's like scales and everything, and I guess there's like sea dragons. So I think they were republished like herself, because the second and the third book, they look more like they've been like indie published. So this one's Deep Can Be Deadly, but Love Can Be Deadlier. Narissa Marin is far from home, though she lives an anonymous life on land during her cycle of human study. She is an Aqua Rathi, royalty by birth, and the future monarch of a hidden undersea kingdom. But when her father is murdered, the human world becomes her only refuge. So it seems like we've got like a mermaidy sea princess on land, and she probably has to go back to deal with the royalty and all that. It sounds great, and I'm just totally obsessed with this cover. And then lastly, on my birthday, I went to one of my favorite used bookstores, and I don't know what was happening. I thank the book fairies and also my grandpa, who has passed, because he helps me find books. And I found a bunch of like Owl Crate editions for like $3 and $5 at this used bookstore, and I got Skin of the Sea. This is the Owl Crate version. It comes with the author letter, which is super cool. The pages are gold foiled. The color of the cover is different, and it's got a printed cover and then a printed dust jacket as well. So pretty. In pages are pretty and all that jazz. I'm glad I got this one on audio because I'm a little nervous to read it because I don't want to mess it up. I hope I love this one. I've heard some people love it and then others were like, eh, it was okay. So I don't know where I'm going to fall, but I think I'm for sure getting to this one for the readathon. So Simia has prayed to the gods. Now she serves them as Mamiwata, a mermaid collecting the souls of those who die at sea and blessing their journeys back home. But when a living boy is thrown overboard, she does the unthinkable and saves the life, going against her ancient decree, and punishment awaits those who dare to defy it. So that sounds like a super unique premise. So hopefully it's amazing. So those are all the mermaid, pirate, oceany themed books that I got over the past year. Really excited to read a few of them for the readathon. Check them out. A lot I'll be doing on audio because a lot of them are shorter. Let me know if you read any of these books or if any of them caught your eye down below in the comments. Don't forget to follow me at The Bright Side Girl on Instagram. Don't forget to use the hashtag Mermaid Marathon Reads if you're participating in the readathon. Again, you don't have to do anything fancy for the readathon. You can just read one book if you want to, but definitely follow along on Instagram, as a lot of us will be posting every day and sharing things on regular feed and stories. I'll be sharing my vlog on YouTube once it's all edited and ready to go. I'm so excited. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on The Bright Side.